Hello everyone, Mary from Energy Girl here with a video called Balancing Your Fire Element. Now, this is the last in a series I'm dealing on the 5 elements, fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. So fire element is part of the 5 element system. It comes to us from traditional Chinese medicine. And we usually have a primary or a secondary that run our lives, run our personalities, our stress response. We even get sick and get better according to our elements. So we want to keep them strong and healthy, obviously. Now, the fire element governs 4 meridians. Meridians are energy highways that energy runs on, and just like our highways, energy can become congested or blocked, even traffic or energy can flow backward. So unlike the other meridians, or unlike the other elements that have 2, this one has 4. It has a small intestine, heart, pericardium, sometimes called circulation sex meridian, but the pericardium is the lining of the heart. So we look at it as the heart protector. And the last one is called triple warmer. Now, triple warmer is obviously not an organ in our body, but it is responsible. It's the energy system that's responsible for our stress response. It also governs parts of hormones and adrenals, and temperature regulation, and a whole slew of other things. But when triple warmer and the fire element get really out of balance, it can lead to anxiety attacks, and worst case is outright panic. So it's important to keep fire element in balance, obviously, for that reason, just to keep anxiety and panic at bay. So bringing in more love as well, because we're bringing in all that heart energy. You're also looking at heart and blood pressure issues. If you have heart or circulatory issues, blood vessel issues, varicose veins, things like that, this is a great exercise because all of that is governed by the fire element. Now, one of the foundational rules of energy is that energy needs space to move. So the first thing we're going to do is stretch the energies of the meridians. All 4 meridians are in the arms. So we're just going to stretch your arms however you want to stretch them. Front and back, side, really work the shoulders. We're just making space, sort of opening up another lane, if you will, on the highway. For energy to move, wherever you want to just open up your arms. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Now we're going to do an exercise called taking down the flame. Now this is a long exercise, and it is a standalone exercise as well, separate video with just this exercise. It's wonderful for people who have panic and anxiety attacks to do for the acute episode, but also to help prevent them in the first place. Taking down the flame, right? Squelching that forest fire, that out of control forest fire that the fire element can appear as. We're going to start with open palms on the thighs as we take an energy breath, which is in through the nose and out through the mouth. That while you imagine all of that excess anxious energy moving your body through your feet, going back into the earth to be recycled. Now we're going to add a twist to the exhale. We're going to make a sound that is going to talk to the fire element, to the emotional aspect of this fire element. Anxiety. Also, small intestine really is about making decisions too. So if you're indecisive, this is a great exercise to do. Earth energy, grounding, and send excess. We're going to do a little twist here with the exhale and make a sound for fire element. Sigh. Breath. Of your anxiety attack, faster breath. Now we're going to do steepled fingers. Inhale. Exhale, move the thumbs to the third eye. In between. We're going to move on the exhale. Exhale, thumbs to the navel. On the exhale. Down the legs to hang. Exhale. Take a full breath. Inhale while we hang. Slowly just come up the front side of our body. Heart. All right. Again, that's a standalone separate video on my channel, Taking Down the Flame. Let's continue on with balancing the fire element using the neurolymphatic points. Now, the lymphatics are all about clearing toxins, energizing the body. The lymphatics, there's 4 meridians to work with here. Triple warmer is easy to find. You find your belly button, and you come out about an inch, and then up about an inch, and you're just going to massage those points. They're also adrenal points. Sensitive to congestion. You're massaging, you're putting a little pressure and just rubbing up and down, or you can even tap. But I like to massage, it feels better. Now, any soreness or congestion means that's triple warmer. Small intestine actually has 2 locations. The first one is where you find where the end of your breastbone happens. And you're going to trace along your rib cage. It starts here. Really just follow along underneath the ribs is the whole small intestine. Right here. You're not on the ribs, you're under the ribs. And then the second location of small intestine actually is very near the pericardium. So they're both on the inside of the thighs. Small intestine runs from the knee to about middle thigh, and then pericardium runs from mid-thigh up to the groin area. So you're just rubbing thumbs and just get in there all the way up the inside of the thigh. Getting small intestine here as well as pericardium. And again, any soreness indicates congestion and that and you don't have to put a lot of pressure. If it's very sensitive, say if you have something like fibromyalgia, where any kind of touch is sensitive, just rub, just gentle touch. And the heart neurolymphatic is when you look at where your axilla, your armpit starts, right here. You're going to come in about 2 inches onto your torso. And that's going to be your heart. Oh, I have a little soreness there on the left side. So you're just going to massage those points. And we're making space, energy to move throughout the lymphatic system. Now, the next energy system we're going to use to balance the fire element are the source points. So these are the stickers that I have on my wrists. We've got the dark blue are the yang meridians or triple warmer, which you see comes from the middle finger down to where the wrist is. Those are triple warmer points. So we're going to hold, you'd hold triple warmer, hold this point for a minute, hold this point for a minute. You want to do both sides of the body. Small intestine is right here. There's actually a little divot that you'll feel once you start pushing in at that on the outside of your hand. Not many people do this to themselves, but if you do it, you'll feel a little divot in there, and that's the small intestine source point. Source points are acupressure points on the meridians that speak directly to the organ. So if you have, say, digestion issues, right, small intestine, and talk directly to the organ, send the organ a little extra energy as we just work the small intestine points. Again, you hold them for about a minute or so. And then the heart and pericardium are on the inside, or the yin side of our body. So the heart is the pinky finger, where the pinky finger comes down and meets the wrist. And the pericardium, or the circulation sex meridian, is the middle finger, coming down to where that meets the wrist. Now these you can actually do at the same time, right? So if you wanted to do both pericardiums, you could hold them both at the same time this way. And about a minute. And then the same thing with the heart, where the pinky finger meets the wrist. The outside, obviously, it's a lot harder to do both sides at the same time. But you'd hold these for about a minute. So these are triple warmer 4 points, small intestine 4. These are acupressure points for if you wanted to Google. Triple warmer 4, small intestine 4, heart 7, and pericardium 7. All right, neurovasculars. Neurovascular system is a point, it's all on the head. There's energetic connecting points that we hold on the head that go right to organs or to energy systems. So the neurovascular head hold for fire is right here at the back of the head where it starts to curve down, and the forehead. So we've had a previous one where it's a little bit lower, and we've had one where it's on top, but we're going to deal right here with the curve of the head, and we're just going to hold. This again is bringing in balance to the fire element. Woo! You'd want to hold, 2 to 3 minutes on this one. There is a 5-element balancer video that I have, which is a neurovascular hold for all 5 elements. I do all 5 on myself, usually while I'm watching TV in the evening, just to keep all of my elements in balance with one exercise. And it's easy to do when you're reclining on the couch. You might want to check that video out. But this is the one for fire element. Now the last thing we're going to do is the hookup. The hookup is from the daily energy routine. We're going to use our middle fingers, one inside the navel, one inside the third eye here, in between the eyebrows, and we're going to push in a little bit and lift up. Now the hookup itself, like I said, is part of the daily energy routine. One of the first videos that I have on here. It's a great routine for overall balancing and healing. But it clears and resets the nervous system. But why we're doing it here is because it helps to hold the corrections that we've just made. We're just going to hold the energy breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, nice. So there's also some videos that I have called Sunrise and Sunset, as well as Triple Warmer Smoothie, that are great bonus videos for addressing the fire element specifically, the stress response, anxiety, bringing in more calm. So want to learn more about the fire element, there's a fire element blog on my website, energygirl2020.com. As always, everyone, likes, comments, subscribes, greatly appreciated. Thanks. Bye-bye.